Greetings, sacred hearts of the Ascension evolution. Here we go. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Waking up, being fully activated. Another day of intense energies flowing into the field. This morning, the Schumann spiked at 42 hertz with many rainbow patterns flowing into the charts. It was about 11:44 a.m. Eastern Time today when I was doing some daily practice. After I do my meditations, I generally do some acupressure. I practice and teach an art called 5 Points of Healing. I'm trained in acupuncture, acupressure, reflexology, shiatsu, many other forms of healing practices. Many of these are arts that I'd be teaching at the Healing Retreat Center once that is manifest. One of them is the 3 points of healing, and one of the main points in the body is called Zun San Li, and that's a stomach point on the leg. And Confucius was known to burn moxibustion on that point every day. And moxibustion is a form of Chinese medicine. It's the mugwort plant it's an herb that they make into a type of sort of like incense. There's different ways. There's in these little tubes that you light them on fire and put them on a point, and then they burn, and the heat penetrates into that acupuncture point. So one of the main points, Zun San Li, is Z-U-S-A-N-L-I. That's a major point because the stomach is the source of our health, of our immunity. And that's one of the 3 major points. So you can look that up, Zun San Li, stomach 39. And in the Taoist philosophy, Chinese medicine, the stomach, it is the earth element, but it's the fire of the body, the stomach acids, and it's the source of overall health. So Confucius was known to burn moxibustion on that point every day to stimulate those points and to keep his body, it's a longevity practice, so keep the body healthy. So generally when I do this practice, it's kind of like downtime, so my higher self will come in and pick out a video or a lecture or interview on YouTube to listen to while I'm doing this practice. And then I'll work out afterwards, do some kind of exercise, workout, weightlifting, kettlebells, something like that. Part of my daily routine to keep my body in shape, to keep my health and longevity fully activated. So today, as I was doing the practice, it was, I can't remember the channel, Divinity something or else. It was Divine Mother coming through. And as the transmission was coming in, and I had been feeling it all morning, with all this energy and this intensity through the collective with what's going on in the field. I felt it immediately upon waking, right at sunrise. And it was a beautiful sunrise of the sun beaming through the clouds. Very intense light with the angelic energy coming in. I was getting chills. And it was right around, say, 11:44 when I looked at the time. And as these chills were coming through my body and crown was being activated and the heart center, feeling the pulsing in the third eye again, in the crown and third eye, I was blasted directly into the void, the divine feminine emptiness, total void, total stillness. And I sat in that total void, and it took all of my chi energy to bring this vessel back into 3D, into this realm. When I did, it was like an implosion into my solar plexus. It felt kind of like I was falling and then imploded into that solar chakra, and just felt the activations. And it was this type of ascension energy that was pulsing through my body. And what was coming through this transmission was that, I think it was titled The Event, these event energies that are fully manifesting now. And we are in the shift. Many people are seeing this, the Great Awakening, the Great Ascension, what many are calling the event. We are at the tipping point. We're beyond the point of no return. At this point, we just ride the waves into freedom, into the bliss, letting go of all fears, all conflict, all worry, and just feeling into it. Don't even worry about the future. Don't think about the future, just do our best to seek the kingdom of heaven within, the peace, the stillness, the tranquility, the bliss, the joy, the love, our connection to our sisters and bro stars in this realm that are on this great mission with us. And then in the sun, after I was getting these massive ascension waves, I went out into the sun, and the crystalline codes coming through the sun was pulsing through every atom, every cell, as I was anchoring that deep into the crystalline core of Gaia, Pachamama. When I went on my channels today, on YouTube, on the Prime Disclosure, which is my backup channel, we had 3,033 subscribers, so thank you everyone who's been subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting. That assists us to get our message to more people. It's a slow process based on YouTube algorithms and AI and all this other nonsense. But we're doing it. We don't stop. We don't give up. We keep going through and through and through. So the 333, and then on my main channel, this is the channel I've had the longest and the most videos on, is we have 10,771 subscribers. So the 77 and the 71 and the 10. Two of my angelic team in this timeline, in this realm, came in. One came in 71, the other in 77. And I manifest right in between in 73. So the three Dantians, the three Trinity, the threefold flame, fully activating. So we have a lot to cover today. A lot of transmissions, a lot of energy coming in. 44 coming through. And I plan on connecting with my team, the Divine 44, this Sunday afternoon. So we'll either possibly do a live stream or record some transmissions and connections and post these on these channels. So look for that sometime Sunday or Monday, if everything works out, which I am sure it will. From today's first transmission from Judith Kusel, the age of miracles has just dawned. The ascension energies are rapidly increasing and at immense rate. This is literally an outpouring. I was shown this so clearly this morning. I literally have been feeling it intensely this whole week, but last night it intensified and this morning is accelerating. It is a rapid rebirth in the highest degrees. There are waves upon waves upon waves pouring in. Note that this is going to a very deep cellular level and DNA levels, and it is going to affect you. Become conscious and aware. You will feel intense physical changes happening in your bodies, and this has nothing to do with the current flu hysteria. In truth, this is a rapid change in vibrational frequency, and thus in the energetic changes within all your bodies, not just the physical one. Make sure to get some rest in between and take those supplements to assist your body to cope. Go out into nature and allow Mother Earth to help you to assimilate these changes. I have been told that a lot of souls will exit the planet now as they will not be able to hold form anymore, and because their soul contracts are ending. Many of these were here for a season and a reason and now move on to different life experiences elsewhere in the universe. Structures and forms will crumble, disintegrate. Embrace these changes. You are busy assuming a much lighter and brighter and much higher frequency physical form. The age of miracles has just dawned. From JudithKusel.com. And also, as these energies were coming in earlier today, like Judith was just talking about, these waves upon waves, you might feel them as chills, as a pulse, as you might be shifting in between worlds, or feel like you are in that void state, that total empty state. This is part of the shift, part of the activations, and just go with the energies, go with the flow. Try to stay in your heart, stay out of fear. So one of these energies that came in, a lot of this people talking about the storm is here. Last night I talked about the storm coming, and a couple hours after I posted the transmission for last night, massive winds came in. The whole house was shaking, and then a massive downpour of rain. It sounded like a tsunami outside my window. So it was a physical manifestation of the symbolism of the storm coming to clear out the old, to clear out, to transform, to cleanse, It's a cleansing of the old false 3D matrix, the construct of the matrix. Also, this Q energy with this 17, this Q collective, QAnon, many people, it's a huge movement that's growing exponentially. Many people are talking about it. Many channels are dedicated to translating and transmitting this Q information. But part of that, the symbolism, the Q being from Quell, there's the Lost Gospels of Q. Q is also symbolism for high-level military intelligence. And Q from Quell, meaning source, source energy, source light. But also the number 17. So with the Q, the quantum, also quantum, and we're talking about this quarantine that's going on around the world. What came in was the releasing of the quantum quarantine, TM. I'm trademarking that, so don't steal that from me. I just made that up. The quantum quarantine. I believe I made that up. So the quantum quarantine is that multidimensional. It's symbolic of why humanity lost that connection to their infinite multidimensional selves and to their source self and to their what's being called the higher self or true self. And part of that quantum consciousness, what is also being called cosmic consciousness, that's like the ocean of consciousness or the original conscious mind. So many masters and teachers see this original source as an ocean of consciousness, and the individual consciousnesses that manifest into these timelines through our vessels, through our individual awareness, our individual consciousness are like drops of water from that ocean, never separate from the ocean. The ocean is everywhere. It's physical and non-physical, obviously. Just like quantum physics. Quantum physics, the physics dealing with the physical aspect, the manifestation, and quantum physics came into the collective, I think a little over 60 years ago, 60, 70, I'm not sure the exact date, but the quantum physics dealing with more of the non-physical, the connection of the physical with the non-physical, or what people call metaphysical, that which is beyond the physical or greater than the physical, that which cannot be seen, tasted, touched, or felt, delving more into these mystical spiritual things, connecting science and religion or science and spirituality, however you want to look at it, the holy science. That was Sri Yukteswar's book, Paramahansa Yogananda's teacher, in the Kriya Yoga, the lineage of Babaji. So part of this quantum quarantine symbolism, which we're seeing manifest now in this collective kind of quarantine. And what is quarantine for? To stop the spread of a virus. So this quantum quarantine of consciousness in this matrix, when original consciousness realized that this aspect, this 3D timeline that we're manifesting and living out, many of us see the suffering, the separation, all these negative things of the 3D was part of the virus. It was a type of virus. It was obviously a non-physical type of virus that our highest consciousness and the angelic realm had to quarantine off this, kind of like separate it from the rest of the galactic consciousnesses, what many have called the Galactic Federation of Light or the angelic realms. And when the cosmic consciousness realized that this simulation or this manifestation was infected by this, we could call it virus of suffering and separation, it quarantined this sector off from the universal collective. And us, you listening now, are part of the team, the angelic team that came into this realm to heal the virus. And how do we do this? As you already know, you've been activated. But as a friendly reminder, we do this by breaking free of the programming, freeing ourselves from the construct, the simulation itself, the simulation of separation, the simulation of suffering, the simulation of fear, anger, doubt, worry, all these things. as we tap into our 0-point energy of infinite light, infinite love, infinite truth through the I am presence. I am the way, I am the light, I am the truth beyond all concepts. We feel into that energy, all doubt is removed when we remember or remerge as one with Source, with the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery. All things are perfectly resolved, and then we can transmit our highest light, our highest codes, our highest truth into this field, into the collective, into this matrix simulation, to raise it in its frequency, to raise it in its energy. That is this ascension process. As each starseed is awakening and living from their heart, it expands out through the field, through this collective, and through this process, the quantum quarantine is being lifted, and that quarantine is the veil of separation, the illusion of separation. So thank you for coming here through the great suffering, the traumas of this realm, to this now point. It is our birthright to free ourselves and all of humanity from this suffering simulation and from all time loops and timelines, to merge all together through the 5D energies of the Sacred Heart. Today from Suzanne Amara, there is no me and we. For humans to evolve and truly thrive, we will evolve beyond the frequencies of trauma, lack, and fear. In my experience of future source self, diamond light beings which have been with me for just under a year, we evolve and move to much less dense and a collective consciousness. In quantum terms, we are already having this experience on some level, which is how source consciousness is communicating in my awareness. Love permeates every place, and ultimately no place and no space as we move to one singularity. This is the experiential timeline I choose, one where my heart is always open and we live in harmony and balance, with every human having equal opportunity to thrive. We will come into union or unity within. We will foster community with each other, sharing resources in life. We will become in full communion with Earth and cosmos. Inner and divine, highly evolved communication and resonance flow with aligned action. The old paradigm tactic of divide and conquer, isolate and play to fair survivor protocols is in full swing before us like a play in kindergarten. Our world experience has been based on a cosmic immaturity, a network lie, and it's time for us to come out and graduate if we choose to surrender these dramas. Communication is heavily suppressed, vetted, and information and events is not at all what it appears to be. So why do we buy into it? This is energy work of the lower energy centers, which en masse is here as an opportunity to make a choice to evolve and elevate without judgment, shame, or blame. Ever heard of 100th monkey? It works in all ways, and the many events and strategic moves around the chosen theme of survival and control. Once zero-pointed, emerge to thrive, and freedom to live in harmony with the universal field. The medicine being served is somewhat like a medic, or in shamanic terms, vamitivo, which is a cleanse. To move to love, unity, and compassion, which has virtues in a positive harmonic resonance field, we must take consciousness to our higher centers. It begins with taking responsibility for self and whole, all projections and creations, and making the jump from fear to love, from survive to thrive, and rooting firmly in heart resonance and compassion. Just know nothing is what it seems, and stay in love, care for your loved ones and neighbors, and stay centered. Foster and cultivate your center. However you choose to respond and engage will telegraph and reverberate around the universal field, determining your reality. The love and support we have in this experience is rich and beautiful. Each one of us made a choice to be here during an incredible planetary shift. We can support one another by doing the inner work and setting amazing examples for our children and communities. We create what we resonate, so you are invited, instead of watching the information on social media or TV or gossiping or working out how deep the rabbit hole of conspiracy and dark control goes, watch your resonance and work on inner light. It begins inside. Meditation, gratitude, movement, and breath work are the soul medicines I use every day to maintain center And yes, there are things to clear, real time as it comes. Trust the universe. Trust your source self to show you the way, and let go. Remember, we are a collective. There is no I. This is an illusion of separation. What is in one is in all. What is for one is for all. As soon as consciousness elevates to higher centers, we know and feel this. Reach your divine hand out and shine this unity love on the aspects which harbor the contractions, doubts, fears, and survivor protocols. Every breath here is a breath for all. We move as one. Those who grab, hoard, judge, use their wealth, muscle, lower emotions, and status for service to self are just continuing their survival timelines. Tune in deep before you invest in thought forms with this resonance and takes action, feeling also the impact of the universal footprint in your heart. Vision what evolves when we embody unity consciousness and elevated heart resonance, vibrated into your heart and body as a medicine. Connect to nature, animals, one another in love. Feel the corners of your mouth rise into a smile and celebration, or a laugh of joy, or a movement of expression, or a sound to create resonance and shine like a beacon. Your cells vibrate the health and vitality which you are, shining the suns of the universe from within to illuminate all. From Susanna Mara. And from Elaine DiGiorgio, there is a shift within when you know your divine self and you ride the whims of the world of form. You don't need to have this reality instantly reshaped to your every single preference to know yourself as a creator. You don't measure yourself by the world around you, but by being who you are, living as spirit in the body, no matter what transpires around you. Be who you are, your kind, loving, sovereign self. Everywhere, that's mastery. Blessings, Elaine DiGiorgio, Heru's Medium. And today from Gaia Portal, essences of the higher realms are sensed. Full circle scenarios played out. Light beings call for the awakening of all. Martin sings fail to halt the progress. Essences of the higher realms are realized. And in those higher realms are our true essence, our true form, the formless form. And from Ariella Indigo, on the 13th day of each month, I pull one of my Ascension Code Oracle cards for you so that you can all take a moment together to honor the Divine Feminine each and every month. And our card for contemplation, which I pulled today, is Creation Code card number 14, Creation Code Energy of Divine Reflection. There is a very distinctive, reflective, mirroring quality that comes with this energy. When activated, others can see themselves in you, and you are able to reflect things to others that perhaps they cannot see, which can create a lot of intensity in relationships. This is a very psychic energy, open to spirituality. The person holding it can be inspirational to others and can inspire a more spiritual perspective. Action steps to activate this code. See the reflections all around you. If somebody triggers you, then identify the trigger and own it as if it was yours. Say thank you for this reflection. This is from AriellaIndigo.com. And from the Gene Keys, Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA by Richard Rudd, from March 13th through the 17th, 2020. Gene Key 36. Gene Key 36 is compassion, humanity, and turbulence, becoming human. The 36th gift doesn't freeze, it doesn't close down, it stays open. Wow. Do you know what that entails? Someone or something completely threatens to overwhelm us and we stay open. Our heart may recoil for a few moments, but we breathe deeply into our chest, anchor ourselves in the belly, and look the experience right in the eye. Richard Rudd from 64 Ways. With our heart open, it isn't impossible to be overwhelmed. The heart can open infinitely to accommodate anything and everything. When we meet compassion, we meet God within a human being. When we look in the eyes of compassion, we'll see the only force within the universe with no agenda. Compassion may carry great ferocity in that moment, or it may brush our heart with the lightness of a feather. Whatever state we find ourselves in, compassion supplies its equalizing force and creates an opening, a wormhole, and we have no choice but to pass through that wormhole and enter deeper into our essence. And from the Yi Ching, code 36, darkening of the light, fire hidden within the earth, bringing light to the darkest places. Compassion is unified rapture. Humanity is orienting lightness. Turbulence is dislocated desire. Receiving passion. Be aware of the difficulty of your position and maintain firm correctness. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 244, and it is now 4:44 p.m. Kin 244, yellow planetary seed. The number 10 is called planetary, and its keywords are manifest, perfect, and produce. The 10th step of any wave spell is about manifesting what you need. It provides perfect opportunities. Today is yellow seed. Keywords associated with it are awareness, targeting, and flowering. Yellow seed days are about sharing wisdom and planting ideas. People born on these days are very good at this, but we can all strive to sow awareness. If you have learned a valuable lesson, share it with someone who could benefit from your experience. It's true that you reap what you sow, and on yellow seed days you get the chance to see things flower that you've previously planted, including ideas. The guide for the day is yellow sun, which represents enlightenment and universal fire. This is a great guide for such a day. The sun illuminates the path to knowledge, making it much easier to share wisdom. And from Christina Papagiorgio, yellow planetary seed, Kin 244, 13 March 2020, the power of flowering. 13/3/2020, 13/3/22 equal 434, equal 11 equal 2. 13, cosmic consciousness, goddess, natural lore. 4, form, foundation, earth, angelic. 3, Holy Trinity, joy, creativity. 11, portal, gate, polarity. 2, partnership, cooperation. Kin 244 equal 10, manifestation, power, leadership, new beginnings. A very powerful code for manifestation through awakening to cosmic consciousness. The 13 code synchronizes with the 13th gateway column of the sacred Tzolk'in calendar, symbolizing the opening of the crown chakra of others in our planet. The 11 portal code emphasizes this gateway, and the 434 code builds on our continuing construction of the divine foundation for New Earth. Day 10 in the Blue Eagle wave spell, where we are being asked to fly high and focus on the big picture so that we can create it. Today, the eagle's power of being able to create our greatest vision is being amplified with the planetary tone of manifestation, so we can manifest on a global level. Tone of creation, planetary tone 10 in the physical realm. Action produces, power perfects, essence manifestation. The 10th day of the Blue Eagle wave spell is the one that manifests. This is the state of perfection of all we imagined possible, and more, it is the harvest stage where we reap what we have sown, creating our vision in the physical realm. Being the visionary Blue Eagle allows us to see the potential in things on a much larger scale, global and galactic. This gives us confidence, enabling us to leave the confines of the nest and stretch our newfound wings, discovering new horizons so that we can grow. Rise up, beloved starseeds, and fly high beyond the planet and into the far galaxies. Gaia is strongly calling all the planetary wizards to unite in their collective visions of utopia today. Let's do it. Let Gaia reach her highest potential too. Today's question is, how can I awaken my divine will, perfecting the manifestation of my greatest vision in order to flower and attain my highest potential? Divine blessings for extraordinary global manifestations. In Lak'ek Alakin, Christina, White Magnetic World Bridger. Kin 244, Yellow Planetary Seed. The mantra, the code for today is, I perfect in order to target. Producing awareness, I seal the input of flowering. With the planetary tone of manifestation, I am guided by the power of free will. And when you activate and are guided by your true free will, you become the captain of your own ship, your starship, your spaceship, your universal star suit being fully activated, upgraded, up-leveled. This is the quantum shift, the quantum leap of consciousness that our ancestors prophesized for these shifting times. And great awakening angels of the light, know that within you, within every cell, every atom, every strand of DNA, in the center of your being, your presence is infinite potential. As our etheric wings manifest and expand, rising us higher, lifting us higher and higher to higher realms, higher dimensions, higher frequencies, we soar upon the sacred winds of the Holy Spirit. So fly freely, beloved beings of light, and let us know in the comments below the videos what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, and what you see shining through as the veil is being lifted from the eyes of our sacred spirit, our sacred self. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future uploads. And in the description below the video, every day we put a link to our website, primedisclosure.com, with a transcription of today's transmissions. And every transmission is archived. We have over 1,000 on our website. So you can take time and go through and see what you may find there. So we appreciate each and every one of you that are sharing this great mission with ourselves and our teams here and now through this field. Keep walking your path with heart, divine spirits of light, and shining your light brightly into the night. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I love you all. Namaste.